That bike's taller than you.
No, I'm taller than it.
Look at the handlebars.
I'm taller than the seat.
Yes, you're taller than the seat. So while my little girl is washing up the bike, let's go over changes. Even though I haven't done a full review on the bike, I'm going over changes with the lowering suspension. Originally had on the WP KTM 2-inch lowering kit. While the footing was really good for me, it made me feel like I was probably, I don't know, 6 foot. You know how someone with long legs or taller legs would feel. That bottoming out on the front suspension and lack of suspension travel was horrible. I'm talking about horrible. And then I went to go order the proper springs. They were back ordered from the supplier, so I got a little antsy and I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna like race half the season on these back ordered springs that are too light for my weight. And I ended up doing a little bit more thinking about it. I have, let's see, I think it's 0.46. So I have heavier springs in the front from Slavens Racing. I have a rear spring in the back from Slavens Racing, which is a progressive spring, just based on what the 17 and 18 KTMs come with. And then here is the big two things as far as getting the bike a little bit lower. I have the Slavens Stink Bug Killer, which is basically going to lower the back end 7/8 of an inch to get the stance of the bike a little bit more level. He says that the bikes are, you know, a little bit high in the back end on the XCWs, so that kind of works in my favor because I took off the 2-inch kit, but I still lowered the back end 7/8 of an inch. And even though I wanted to keep my blue 6-day seat, I ordered a Enduro Engineering low seat. And while the seat kind of feels funny to me for some reason, it dips down right in that middle part, but you know, I'll get used to it. And the footing, while it's not as good as the 2-inch kit, it is definitely just a little bit off. It's nothing that is like horribly crazy, not even close, and I just spent all this time and money. And luckily for me, I did the rear shock myself, and I did the original 2-inch lowering kit myself. So I got quoted $1,000 to lower my bike from, I forget who it was, some company that does a lot of lowering. And so I basically had, let's see, 250 I think in the first lowering kit. I did order the springs, which here's the big kicker with that. The springs came in, I think, 1 day or two after I finished the lowering kit with the Slavens stuff. So yeah, I would have loved to just change out the front springs and kind of see how everything felt, but I already had everything on and I'm pretty happy with it. So I got full suspension travel in the front. The bottom is only 7/8 of an inch lower of travel compared to, you know, the big spacer that they had in there. And so it's currently what it's at. As far as racing, if you guys have noticed, I have not been racing, and it sucks because that fall that I took with that ripped hamstring ended up being a little bit more in my MRI. I'll post some basic results coming up here in this video. I got a tear where like the ball and socket is for my hip, along with the hamstring tear and some other tear, I forget what it was. So when I went riding at Ken's, everything was feeling good. I had no problem at all. I was like, actually, no arm pump, no nothing. I think just being rested up really was working for me. So I was very confident that I was going to go and be fine for the race. The day before the race, I'm lubing my chain. What else did I do? Oh, check the air pressure in the tires. Oh, excuse me. Check the air pressure in the tires. Lubed the chain. Went to go throw my leg over the bike, and boom, here's that ripping tear and burn over like, I don't know, like an inch or two from my crotch joint. And every time I lifted my leg for the rest of the night, really sharp pain. I was like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. So I was gonna just sleep on it and, you know, do whatever. And I just decided, you know, it's probably best that I don't get out there too early and end up making something worse. If it's a small tear or medium tear, I don't want to make it a large.
Can I wash the tires now?
Sure, go ahead. I'll get them wet for you. So I didn't want to make it something really worse than what it had to be. And, you know, it's always a tough call. And I guess in my older age, I being a little bit more cautious. The younger me would have been out there, hurt or not, possibly. So it kind of sucked. I was going to go with Steve, spend the night, and we're going to head up to the race. But, and here's the big but, it actually ended up being a blessing in disguise, because that ended up being about the muddiest race of the year so far with hare scrambles. And for me coming off the injured list or still semi-injured, oh, that would have been a horrible race and just would have been bad. So I don't know. It is what it is. Actually, I'm only out here right now. Not that I'm like hurting to come out here or injured. I came out just to record a video for you guys because, you know, I got just over 200 subscribers, and I don't want these like new guys going out there and be like, well, I just subscribed to you because you put out cool videos and boom, you're not putting nothing out. So it is what it is. Hopefully going to be doing some riding, some more warm-up riding in the near future, so I'll be able to get some trail video and everything. End up at Ken's place hopefully before the next race. And boy, hey Ken, I might be coming back when you come back. We got some points making up to do, which I think I better just take it slow and steady rather than I'm gonna shoot it. Shoot your butt. Slow and steady. Don't need to be going out there trying to kill it and kill myself. All right, so this is it. You want to say bye?
Bye.
You want to get shot?
Bye.
Shoot you! Alright guys, auf Wiedersehen. Bis später. Bis morgen. Mir geht's sehr gut. Mir geht's es gut. Ich bin sehr gut. Nein. Ich spreche. Mir geht's es gut. I'll shoot you. That's how good my aim. Alright, say auf Wiedersehen.
Auf Wiedersehen, poo-poo.
Oh.